Hello, my name is Samira Carter and I'm going to be showing you how to do 4 different Rëzo techniques. We already have our doll head ready to go. She's been sectioned into 3. We have our horseshoe shape in the back, which is taking up about 50% of our haircut. And then we have our 2 sections in the front, taking 25% each. Okay, so this guest does not want a lot of length taken off, so we're just gonna do a little trim on her today. We're gonna section the hair at about the occipital. This is going to help ensure that we leave enough hair down at the bottom to give a nice, like, full foundation for the haircut. We don't want things to be too sparse. I'm gonna go in, we're gonna start with the pinch method because her hair's a little bit on the finer side, like it's not very dense. So we're gonna start with the pinch method. That's taking 2 fingers like so to gather up this hair. And then we're gonna use our thumb, and our thumb is our guide. This technique is great for lower density hair. And we're gonna hold it right here. And we're using our thumb as the guide. We're just cleaning things up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna take a step back. We're gonna take a look. If things are looking a little wonky, we will go in with our C. We're just going to do like so to clean things up. Our C method is extremely great for our guests with more of a four texture that maybe just want to lightly clean up their haircut. They don't want to take any length off. That's like our ideal person to use it for. It's also great just to kind of help mold things as we're going, shape things, and really like clean up any edges as we're going. We're gonna take this up another inch. And I think we'll do our pinch method again. Make sure we're gathering up all the hair here. Make sure we're standing right in front, and we use that guide from before, and we just cut around it. At this point, we'll take a look, we'll see, do we see these little hairs here? So we can go in with our C, and we can just clean that up. Go up again. Now at this point, we have quite a bit more hair. So we can take all of this into a circle, bring it all the way down, and then come back up, and then we'll turn it towards ourselves. We're gonna be standing off to the side, and we're gonna cut around. C's. Using the circle technique is great when we have just too much hair than what will fit inside of your pinch method. I'll bring down our last section for in the back, and we'll do one last circle. You see we have these little hairs sticking up right around. That's what we're taking off. So we're just cutting flush with our skin. We're not going into the circle at all. We're just keeping it nice and flat. We'll go in with our C's just to clean things up and ensure that we're getting that nice rounded shape that we're looking for. Perfect. So now, as we work our way into our sides, we are going to take diagonal sections. This is why it's really important to tell your guests to come in with clean, dry, detangled hair. So it just makes your job a little bit easier getting your fingers through their hair. So now we are going to take a bit of the back section and some of the front section, and we are going to again do our pinch method and find where those two pieces connect. And we're going to over direct. Oh, we had a little wonky guy down there. I didn't even notice that. Beautiful. We'll take another diagonal section. That back. Okay. We're going to take all of that and we're going to pin. No, we are not going to pinch. This is too much hair. So we're going to take our circle method. We're going to pull it down and then we're going to over direct back. Section again, over direct back, and we're going to cut all those little loose hairs. And then we can take our C method just clean up any of these hairs that we see. Side. We'll take our diagonal parting again. Yeah, this guest did not follow the rules about detangling her hair, but it happens sometimes. We just have to roll with the punches. And then just educate our guest after the fact and remind them for their next curly cut how to come in. So yeah, clean, dry hair, minimal to no product is ideal. Okay, we are taking our pinch method again. Our guide is our back, is the back section. Do some C's while we're here. We'll do another diagonal section. When we're in the front, we're always over directing back to try to preserve as much length as possible. The reason for that is more times than not, guests with curly hair tend to have more curl at the front around their face. And so they end up having significantly more shrinkage in the front than they do in the back. And if heaven forbid they don't, that's okay, because then after you wash and style their hair, you can always go in and correct and take more off the front if you need to. But remember, you can always take more off. You can never put it back on. Okay, this will be our last section on this side. Let's turn this into a circle. Probably should have done a circle on that last section, but it's okay. And we're going in, we're doing our C's again. Just try to round things out. And look at that, that's looking beautiful. Now, for some finishing touches, we're going to do 2 other triangles. She is tall. Let's tilt her back just a little bit. And do a triangle right here. We're gonna do a triangle right here. This guest doesn't have bangs, but what she does have is face frame that is really just falling right in her face. So we're gonna take these little sections right here back behind her face frame. We're gonna bring it all the way back, and we're gonna pinch, and we're gonna take just a little bit off. So when we let it down like so, it's going to open this up a lot more. And look at that. Feels a lot more intentional now. And now for our last technique, it's what you've all been waiting for. We are going to take a diamond shape on the top of our guest's head. This is for your guest that wants to see volume. But this can only be for guests with higher density of hair. This will not work if their hair cannot fit inside of a circle. So if you had to do pinches on their entire haircut, this is not for them. But here we have it, and we're gonna go in, finger detangle through this as much as we can. And we're gonna come up straight up from where it grows, and we're going to make a circle. We're gonna bring it down where we can see it. We have all this there. And we're gonna do the circle, making sure we're not holding the hair too tight. And then after we've cut flesh against our skin, we're gonna go in at a slight angle and we're gonna work our way around. And what we're doing here is we are doing the rose technique, and we are creating petals inside of this circle. And it essentially is like creating layers inside of this circle. And so what's going to happen when we let go is she's going to have all of this volume. Look at that. So now from here, we can go in and actually turn her to the side. And we can see if there's any like dots that we need to connect together. We've kind of brushed through that. And go in, and we're just gonna clean things up using our C's, connecting the dots so we don't have any steps in the hair, any disconnection. When you're done with that side, turn your guest and turn them to the other side. Do the same exact thing. And then we're just going in and we are connecting the dots. We have a beautiful rounded Rëzo cut. Beautiful.